What is going on, All Terrain Nation? It's your buddy Dave, and we are at a Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership. And I've told you guys I needed something to kind of tide me over a little bit before Bronco gets here, because Bronco's still coming to the channel. Do not think Bronco's not coming to the channel, but I can't show y'all yet, can I? Y'all don't want to see, but stay tuned because we're gonna go all through this car, and it's gonna be cool. Peace. Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you know the drill. It does not matter what you drive, because this is your all-terrain nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and most of you probably guessed it. There's a Jeep in the driveway. But before Bronco, guys, come on, this channel's for everything. But before you get upset, you're like, Dave, a Jeep? Really? When you're a Bronco guy? I'm an everything guy. I'm not brand loyal by any means, and I plan on testing a lot of vehicles. But don't fret, my Bronco is still in order, and as soon as I get a build date and all that stuff, you'll see it maybe sitting right next to this thing. But first, let's introduce the new Willys Gladiator. All right, since the introduction of this thing a year or so ago, I've loved this thing, and I told Danny a long time ago, and Danny's not a team on Team Jeep at all, and I'm not a team anything. And Bronco guy, there's going to be a Bronco right beside this thing, I guarantee you. Or if I just get rid of this thing, who knows? Who knows how long I test this thing out? But I do want to test this thing out and kind of give you guys an unbiased opinion, because I've owned Jeeps, I've owned Nissans, I've owned Ford products, I've owned them all. And so I like to bounce around for occasionally and test other things out. Until Bronco gets here, this is kind of, to me, the coolest kind of off-roady vehicle that we can get right now. I mean, I could go get a Wrangler, but I just think for my lifestyle, this thing, having a truck bed, when you don't have a truck bed anymore in your driveway, you learn real quick how much you miss a truck bed. So that's kind of what led us down this path for right now. But, so, Snazberry is this color. We need a better name, Jeep, than Snazberry. How about Candy Apple Red or something like that? That's what I prefer to call it. But anyways, this color, when I seen this thing on these, it's been about 2 months ago I seen this color, and I was like, holy cow, it's just a great looking color. Now, they put this on the Rams and everything else, but for whatever reason, with this particular trim, it just called out to me. And speaking of trim, you may go, Dave, why did you pick up a Willys, and why not go Rubicon or Mojave? Because I was looking at some Mojaves, but this thing just kind of, for bang for your buck, you're getting a limited slip rear end in this thing, and is it a locker? No. Is it pretending to be a locker? Not really. But for as much as I'm probably going to off-road this thing, it's a long truck-based vehicle. Generally, I want to off-road something a little shorter, but I'm going to go try it. We're going to get her dirty. That's a guarantee. But anyways, I wanted to, for what you get with this, you're getting a lot of Rubicon stuff, and we'll walk around this and point out a few of the things, but just offhand, you're getting rock rails. You're getting the Rubicon wheels. You're getting actually MT tires. Now, they're 32, which is better than the stock size of a normal S, but you're still getting a lot of cool things for your money. The inside could be better, could be worse. You got cloth seats and all that, but I actually like cloth seats, but I've already got some mods coming for this thing, so don't worry on that. You're gonna see a few things, maybe some practical, maybe some not so practical, but so let's walk around this thing, and let me introduce you to more about why I bought this vehicle. All right, so as you can see, you are getting the Rubicon shocks, which is really, really nice. I mean, they're shocks, so at the end of the day, they just keep you from bouncing around, but it's still a nice upgrade. You're getting the actual Rubicon wheels that are all in black, which I think these all in black look really cool. And you get the little Jeep, the little Jeep logo in there, but I don't care about that stuff. All guys, manufacturers, please stop with all the Easter eggs. It gets on my nerves. But all the badging is blacked out, which is really, really nice. And the rock rails. Now, once again, you can see the end of these rock rails. They're body-mounted rock rails that Jeep like to do. Will they suffice for what I need right now? They're perfectly fine. Damn things are long as can be, though. I will say that. That's the thing about a truck rock rail. Super long. But let's look around the front. What else are we getting? So you can see it, the blacked out grille, which is a gloss black, looks really, really good with this red. I've seen it with a few other colors. I'm like, it's not too bad. But with this red, look at that. It's just, you can see the pearl in the paint. Just looks freaking great. Once again, silly Easter eggs. Whatever, you know, they're all doing it. Titan's doing it, Jeep does it, and Bronco's about to do it like crazy. But you're getting really heavy duty tow hooks, which is nice, both on both sides. They didn't skimp out there. The bumper doesn't look too bad with this package. I think we may upgrade this though. We may go with a hefty Fabworks front bumper. We'll just have to wait and see on that. But as you can see, The color, and it changes in light too. When it's dark out, this thing gets really deep dark, really, really nice. Now we're getting a heated mirrors. So the package that we got, you get heated seats, front heated seats, heated steering wheel, all the goodies on that. But let's look in the back here, because this is where this thing really wins out, in my opinion. All right, so as you can see, we're already doing truck things with this thing. That's what you do with trucks. But you get a factory bed lined with this package, which I really, really like. You do have some tie downs there. You can see them over there and there. But I wish it had the kind of factory cleats that you can see the holes for them. They definitely, I mean, it looks like it could probably be installed pretty easily. But I do like those cleats. I love them in my Nissan Frontier, and Nissan was a big development of that. They did that, and then everybody started following suit. But you can see you actually get a tow hitch. I've already towed with this vehicle. You get one recovery point in the rear, but it is an extra heavy-duty recovery point, so no worries about that. Nice bumper, you know, rear bumper. That may change too. Who knows? But you're getting the side colored panels with this one. They're not just a black plastic, which actually may not look bad in this package. You may be able to get that black plastic with that. You know, maybe do some steel fenders or whatever. Might look great on this, but who knows what we got. But we also got the hard molding color. That's right, if you're a Bronco guy, this you know tops like crazy right now. But we're getting a black molding color top with this. With that red, looks really, really good. Now, let me bring my daughter over here, because she was pretty anti Jeep truck, and let's talk to her about this thing. There's a little monster that did not want to see this thing in the driveway, and I mean at all. Like her, and really Kelly didn't either, but let's be honest, me and Kelly can go around and around, but when the little monsters are like, ugh, you gotta question yourself, did you make the right purchase? But she loves Jeeps, don't get me wrong. My brother, rest his soul, had a Jeep that she just loved to ride in. Her and him would go around town, and they just had a blast. So my daughter, even with Bronco, is a big reason why there'll be one of those sitting in the driveways, because she loves this style of vehicle. So let's bring my little monster in here, and let's talk to her why she liked this thing and why she didn't like this thing. So Sydney, come on in. All right, so Sydney, you were come here a minute. You were pretty anti Jeep, right? You did not want the Jeep truck, right?
Yeah.
What is the reasoning why you didn't want the Jeep truck?
One reason is like how long it looks. To me it didn't look right being so long.
Right. Yeah, it does look a little long. But I mean, is that the only reason that you didn't want a Jeep truck, or what's they want to know, Sydney. Let them know. Come here. Come in over here. Let them know what's going on. What you and this Jeep truck.
It also, in my opinion, kind of looked ugly.
Well, that's fine. There's a vehicle for everybody. But you like Jeeps, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you loved Uncle Jeff's Jeep. You loved riding in that thing, right? Yeah. So what's the thing about a Jeep that you really do like about a Jeep?
Being able to like take off the doors and the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did the other day. We took off the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that really fun. I remember in Uncle Jeff's Jeep, I'm pretty sure he lost the doors and the roof. And so we just have to hold on to the thing whenever
his little handles, yeah. So when you seen this color, what was your first opinion of this color?
I really like the color.
Why?
Isn't it like the color we're going to get for the Bronco?
The Bronco? Yeah, it's a little darker maroon, but yeah, it's definitely a maroon color, which these colors are, to me, it's just like the Jeep and the Bronco are throwback vehicles of sorts. So I like throwback colors. Now I do the nacho color they put on these things. Kelly, can we have the nacho color? No. Kelly said no on the nacho color. But I like crazy colors, but this is a very classic color. This is a color that you would hate to scratch because it's just pretty. And I hate to, this is the first color I've ever like picked up a new car, and I've had a lot of new cars, that I was like, oh, wow, that color is just so pretty. But Sydney, once you saw it was a truck in this color, did you like, okay, we can have this? Once you saw one in person, because you really hadn't seen one in person, right?
Yeah, I hadn't really seen one other than like driving by the lot.
Yeah.
And seeing like they looked really ugly.
Right. but you've accepted this Jeep in our household for now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what are you most excited about this Jeep that we can do with it?
One, taking off the roof and the doors.
Which we're going to do today. We're going to go topless in this thing. All right, so taking the doors off this thing, I know that's one of the cool things about having a Jeep or Bronco like this, right? Like for whatever reason, I don't know if it's like riding a horse or whatever it is. There's some weird, like, just cool thing about being the freedom of it. But and parents, you should ask if you have a little person from anywhere from 8 till 15, who knows. Sydney, I'm going to ask you this question. Will you feel comfortable if we take the doors and tops off this thing and all you have is a seatbelt? Because it is, I mean, I don't think I would take my child down, you know, the interstate like that, but if we go down the, you know, to town or wherever, will you feel comfortable with that?
I may, with whenever Uncle Jeff and I, like, we go down Church Street, he wouldn't have, like, the doors or roof on, so it'd be weird, and I'd have to, like, hold on, because we could go really fast at times.
Right.
And I'd get kind of uncomfortable, but that was a while ago, so I think I may be now.
But there'd be a little bit of weirdness to it at first, right?
Yeah, because I'm used to having a car with a roof and
yeah, when you pull up to a light, you literally, like, I don't know, you're just sort of exposed. Like, you feel like you could almost fall out of a vehicle of sorts. But, I mean, you have a seatbelt on, and please wear your seatbelts. But is there anything about this thing that you don't like about it, like from the inside? Is there anything? Or do you just love it right now?
Maybe that in the back there isn't heated seats.
Oh.
Because in our BMW, all of the
She's become bougie. She's become very bougie and spoiled to the BMW life. So no heated seats. And we had the top off last night. It was about 55 out. It was probably a little, we were just coming from the park, but it was probably a little chilly in the back, wasn't it?
I wasn't really that cold, but I'd also been running around a lot. So I think if I wasn't and I was just like sitting down, I'd probably be pretty cold.
Okay, okay. So Sid, let's me and you get in this thing and look around it, and we'll give a mini adult's a view of it, and then we'll give a tiny adult's view of it. So let's jump in this thing. All right, so let's do something I'll probably never do, right in the back of this thing. Let's get in the back, and as a mini adult, I'm 5'8", I'm not the biggest person in the world, but I jump in this thing, and for me, the seating position, this is where Kelly would normally sit. I like my seat a little closer to the dash. For me, upright, I'm pretty comfortable. Sydney, now for you, here, come here, scoot over this way a little bit. So for you, how is the seating? Would you do this in a trip? Would you use this vehicle? Do you feel okay, like we could go a couple 100 miles and you'd be comfortable?
Yeah, I like how the seats are built.
Yeah, they are very comfortable.
They're very comfortable compared to like other cars.
The old Xterra we had was probably a little uncomfortable at times.
Yeah, at times it would be.
Yeah. So this one is being they're based on the S model. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but so there's no cup holders that flop down here, but there's a benefit. It gives you like a lot of padding here, right?
Yeah, and I remember going on trips with like Mom and Papa, sitting in the middle with like my booster, it'd constantly be uncomfortable having my back on that.
Yeah, because in a booster you'd be sitting up even higher, and yeah, it's not made for your seat. All right, so you get your parking brake, nice cup holders with actually a light in there, which is really nice. That was kind of surprising. So you got your part-time four-wheel drive. This is the automatic, so you got your shifter here. You got your windows, everything's got to be in the inside, seeing how you can take the doors off. This one, since it's not a Rubicon, doesn't get any of the cool locker buttons and stuff. But I have found that the phone fits perfect in this little cubby here. What else we got? We got USB-C, normal USB. We got an aux port. This does have Apple CarPlay, but it's the Apple CarPlay that you have to plug in. Now you get all your radio controls, your defrost and all that, your steering wheel. Once again, it has heated mirrors, which is really nice. All your modes. The system they use here is very user-friendly. We'll get into that in another video, but one thing that we noticed when we picked it up or was trying to buy it was this. And the guy showing it to us, I think he thought it was just something on there, and he kept trying to rub it like that. And I was like, that's a chip in the screen, and that's a cut in this. It looks like it's rubber. But I don't know what happened between the delivery and inspection in the dealership, but something happened, and obviously the dealership's taking care of us, no problem on that thing. But I'm pretty happy with this thing overall. The dash is super clean. I do like the red Rubicon stuff that they do, but once again, if you look at this thing, I was right at $47,000 for this thing, and Rubicon was going to be about $10,000 more. And for me, just a short time with this, I didn't know that I want to, spend that kind of money. But so Sid, we're sitting up front here. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this thing, Sid. I'm ready to take this roof completely off, though. How about that?
Yeah, it sounds
That does sound fun. And obviously these Freedom tops, these come off pretty easy, but the back may be the tricky part. And on these new Jeeps, I've never taken the doors off new Jeeps. I've had plenty of old Jeeps that just slide right off. So that'll be an experience. Right, so there you have it, 2021 Jeep Gladiator. Sid, I know you would rather have had a normal Wrangler, but at least we got something we can take the doors and tops off till our Bronco gets here, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. Guys, Bronco guys especially, if you have questions, you've never done time in a vehicle like this, let me know, because this is basically a Wrangler with a bed. I mean, all the interior of this thing is basically the same. So if you got questions or comments, remember, I've done time in both vehicles now. I've rode in a Bronco. I did some mileage on that off-road and on-road, so I have an idea how they kind of compare already. But if you got questions or comments, let me know in the comments below. Now remember, with the Willys package, it's kind of like you're getting a lot of cool things with the like Rubicon that the normal S doesn't get. You're getting a little bit upgraded radio and all that, but you're also getting rock sliders. You're getting the larger brakes. You're getting MT tires. They're 32-inch tires, but they're bigger than they normally put on the trucks. You're getting a lot of cool things. We got this Freedom top, which is really, really cool. And just this color, this Snazberry. Hey, Jeep, you need a better name than Snazberry, but it's a fun name for the color. I'm going to prefer to call it kind of a candy apple red. But overall, I'm super pumped about this thing. Remember, guys, a Bronco may be sitting next to this sooner than we know. So from all things, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you know the drill. It does not matter what you drive, because this is your all-terrain nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and what are we, Sid?
We are out.
Peace, everybody. Love y'all.